All right, hope you stayed with me from the last video. We're back again. This time we've got color matrix number 3. We're going to mix our blues and our reds. As I said before, these colors happen to be the colors that a student of mine happen to have, and you can use any blues, any reds, whatever combinations that you have handy. You don't necessarily have to go out and purchase these. These is what we're working with today. The idea is to understand the mixtures. This is a good reference that'll come in handy years on down the way. After a while, it'll be just second nature. So we're going to do the above mixtures, the blues with the reds, and then we're going to add white for just a slight tint so you can see what the colors are. Of course, it is infinite depending on how much red or blue in the mixture is going to determine how that tint looks. So if your mixture is not the same as mine, don't worry about it. It's the idea, the exercise that's important. The actual tint doesn't have to be the same. You may have more red, you may have more blue. It'll come out in the tint. So let's get started. Our first color is cobalt blue. We got cobalt blue here. Pretty so you can really see it in the light. We start like this, one little dab of color. A dab of color beneath each one. Now mix. This can go either way. I could either have more blue or I could have more red. This is what makes a difference. You won't really be able to tell until you hit it with white. You'll have some sort of a violet or purple. It could be warmer, it could be cooler. Depends on how much blue or how much red is in that mixture. Also, remember before you go into the white, actually wipe your brush off, your palette knife off. Before you go into that white paint, try to keep it uncontaminated. Oxide red. If you notice, my reds are in the same order as when I used the mixed the yellows. And our magenta. See what we have here. Sometimes I'll bring out that tint a little bit more by adding some white down at the bottom. Okay. Now we're ready to paint. Got our color strings. So let us go. This is cobalt and cadmium red light. On here, I'm sure it looks basically almost black. Well, for all practical purposes, black. If it was in a painting, it would be considered black. But as we see, once you actually add a little bit of white, it's pretty close though. It's almost neutralized. The tint almost looks gray. Next, we'll see what the cadmium red deep looks like. Now we'll see a lot more of a violet tint. Cadmium red light has a lot of orange in it. That's why I neutralize it. Orange and blue are complements. Kind of grade it out. Yeah, let's bend it a little bit more here, right there, so we don't have such a hard edge. Transparent Notice how all these mixtures look very dark. But when you put the tint to it, the white to it, and the magenta, real nice violet. I would say maybe what, purple? You can determine the outcome of a lot of this depending on how much red you put into it. Less red, the cooler the mixture is going to be. That's our first line. I've got fresh paper towel. Gonna wipe it again. Let's see. Maybe this time I'll get a different towel. And we'll wet this up again and go across. Now I use a dry towel. Dry it off real good. Okay.